Hello, my name is Lotus Lee. I'm a founder of Hive AI. Today, we're going to run a real client task planning case with Hazel AI as well as Hive AI. We'll see how two tools tackle the same the real client task planning case. Okay, the client name is Bob. Bob has we have a 2 years tax return for Bob. Bob is a high net worth individual. He's based in California. He's a high earner, high income earner, and with a substantial amount in SP 500 index fund, broker account, and 1 million in his retirement, 200,000 in cash. And he owns a home with his domestic partner. His home value is 2 million with a mortgage of 700,000. And he files as a single tax filer, and his partner files a head of household. And Bob is looking to retire in 2 years. So Bob comes to his financial advisor for retirement planning, estate planning, as well as some planning around state taxes. Bob's looking to move to a low, no income state. Okay, let's take a look at how Hazel AI tackled this Bob's case. So in Hazel, we log in the Hazel AI, we click tax planning, we upload Bob's 2 years tax return, 2023 and 2024. And Bob also have some information other than tax return, right? Those information will be very useful as well. So we just copy paste those Bob's personal financial information to this chatbot. Okay, then we hit submit. Okay, in about 5 minutes, we get a tax return analysis from Hazel AI. This is a 2024 tax return analysis. If you recall, we uploaded 2 years, 2023, 2024. Yet we only get a 2024 tax return analysis. Take a quick glance of this tax return analysis. It looks very similar to holistic plan. The key figures, ordinary income, this is ordinary income chart, long-term capital gain taxes chart, and there's NIIT, Medicare, and mental health, Schedule A, RSU tax impact analysis, 2,000 shares invested 1,000, remaining 1,000. And there's year-over-year comparison. There's a net worth summary. Bob is at 7.4 net worth. MAGI threshold analysis. And deduction credit summary. And then along with several tax planning strategy at a very high level, just pretty much the name of the strategy, like DAF, relocation to no income tax, ROS conversion, and annual gift exclusion or 529 super funding, RSU vesting with a retirement. So that's what we got from Hazel AI. The first thing we did is we kind of verify those numbers. We want to make sure those numbers, if they are generated by AI, we want to make sure they're accurate. So we compare those numbers, like the key figures with the Hive AI. Hive AI actually generate a tax return analysis as well. So we compare this section, tax breakdown section, with Hazel AI. The numbers match. That is good news. But what's lacking is here for tax return analysis, financial advisor user or their clients really like to see the tax breakdown in the type of visualized tax breakdown. So the clients knows exactly where to spend the taxes on. And apparently Hazel AI does not have that pie chart. It's just numbers down here: ordinary, long-term capital gain, and NIIT and Medicare and mental health. A good job with this network summary. This is actually really nice. And then the task planning is very high level and only handful task planning strategies are listed here. On this side, it shows our input and it shows the used sources. And those are the sources Hazel AI used to generate the task return analysis. You can tell those sources are from pretty much open website. This is a typical task return analysis. There are a few things missing. Number one is if I upload 2 years tax return, I would expect any AI tools be able to generate tax return analysis for multiple years, right? Because here you did mention this is a multi-year tax planning analysis. So I'm expecting to see my both years tax return analysis. Apparently, in this case, only 2024 is being generated. Number two is the tax planning opportunity in our view is lacking. Bob is a supervisor would love to have see is like the strategy they have not thought about it, right? Like give me some advanced strategy I have not thought about it or I'm not familiar with, right? And those type of strategy will be very, very useful in this case. And then the third thing I would say the discussion about those strategies are not deep enough. So the name of the strategy is very easy, right? But what it is like elaborating those strategies and lay out the implementation, the calculation steps, and figure out the mechanism of those strategies. Those are the hard part. Case we did kind of run this exactly same case twice in Hazel AI. We noticed something time. Some numbers, like especially this number, was different than first number. So from what we saw, I think this is because AI generated and there is some inconsistency going on here. Okay. Let's come back to Hive Tax AI. So we have exactly same input for Hive Tax AI. Okay, for the case of Bob. And we have several sets of report generated. The first is the 2023 tax return analysis. We have the full tax return analysis for this based on this year. And we also have observation note, federal and state. That's year 1, 2023, year 2, 2024 tax return analysis. And for the case of Bob, we generate 15 strategies. Okay. If you recall, Hazel has 5. We have 15 strategies. So for each strategy, we have in-depth analysis coming with each strategies, right? Look at strategy. And Hazel AI has this one line. After retirement income drops, convert traditional 401k to Roth in 20 to 24% Brown-K instead of 37%, and potential savings this. Okay, so let's take a look at how Hive Tax AI discussed the strategy. So we also have a conversion, Roth conversion strategy. We discussed about what the strategy is, why the strategy applies to you. We also build in a modeling, scenario modeling. So we started with the federal assumptions and the state tax estimate, calculation step by step, and state assumptions and the state tax estimate. So a financial advisor review this analysis, you pretty much will get your 100% of research done just right here. You do not need to think through, in this case, you have to think through, the conversion amount for each year and how to calculate federal and state saving, each step and how to fill the Brown case. And all those areas need a lot of work, right, to put together. And Hive Tax AI just really does the work for you. So that's what we call one click, done for you, and before beyond 1040 planning. Okay. So step by step. So basically, for the Roth conversion, we were talking about how to fill out each bracket, right? So you can convert like 150,000 per year for 6 years. And if you follow the step, and it demonstrates the total savings at federal level, at state level. Another thing is in the Bob's case, I would really love to see some advanced strategies, tax saving strategies. In this case, CRT could be a great strategy, but it's probably C. In fact, some California-based tech company, they do offer NQDC program. And when it comes to 529 planning, right, the friend low and the annual gifts. So this actually, the calculation for this strategy can be very complex. So again, Hive Tax AI does kind of calculate for you. So like say if you max out like 19,000 per year for 5 years, friend load 95,000. And what is the tax savings? So we break out by year, you can tell. Dividend portion and also the appreciation portion. And Hazel AI, from this point, you can export this PDF, the tax return analysis. Hive Tax AI, from here, you can select the tax strategies. And then in this case, we select all the strategies, and here it shows you potential savings over 4 million over multiple years. And then we also generate action plan. And from here, you can generate a client report. What we've been seeing is Hazel AI generated really nice looking tax return analysis for multi-year, multi-tax return upload. It seems like only generated 1 year tax return analysis instead of both years. And tax planning strategy seems like pretty common. And if you run the same input twice, some of the calculation actually could be inconsistent. So that's something a little bit alarming because, when it comes to calculation, you definitely want to make sure it's consistently accurate. Thank you for watching.